Special Envoy Witkoff, that Marco Rubio, have been working on a plan quietly for about the last month.
Over 3 years, 8 months, and 4 weeks, millions dead, billions of dollars wasted, farms and homes destroyed, families gone forever, and the big question, well, for the United States of America, it seems the answer is the usual. A purported copy of the Russia-Ukraine deal, brokered by the Trump regime, has been leaked on a Telegram channel. The documents published by a Ukrainian opposition member of parliament has sparked fresh concerns.
The administration has talked equally with both sides.
Первая причина этого контакты, безусловно, есть, но процессы, которые можно было бы назвать консультациями, нет, он не ведется.
It has been a very tough week for Ukraine's President Zelensky. He is facing pressure from home after a major corruption scandal, and he is facing pressure from abroad after the Americans presented him with a peace plan developed with Russia that includes conditions that are deeply unfavorable to Kyiv. Now, Zelensky's political faction is pressuring him to fire his long-term chief of staff, Andriy Yermak. Yermak is a deeply controversial figure here in Ukraine. Some even call him Ukraine's vice president because he wields outsized influence over domestic and foreign affairs. Zelensky's allies are saying that he needs to do more to ensure that his governing coalition in parliament doesn't collapse as a result of this scandal. This scandal arose after anti-corruption watchdogs revealed a $100 million embezzlement scheme that implicated Ukrainian officials, even those close to Zelensky. Zelensky's critics are also saying that he needs to do more to bolster his credibility with Ukraine's Western allies. Now, on top of this, Zelensky was presented with a 28-point peace plan from the Trump administration, which includes conditions that have long been rejected by Zelensky, including ceding territory in the Donbass and also weakening Ukraine's armed forces.
The pressure is on the Ukrainian leader, but if the leaked document is to be believed, the 28-point deal does in fact force Ukraine to reduce its military to 600,000 troops. Add to that the humiliation of demanding that the power generated from Ukraine's top reactor be shared equally with the invader.
Я окреслив, що саме для нас принципово, і ми домовились, що команди працюватимуть над цими пропозиціями, щоб це було по-справжньому. Ми не будемо робити
President Trump has made it very clear since day one, and even on the campaign trail, that he wants to see this war come to an end. He has grown increasingly frustrated with both sides of this war, Russia and Ukraine alike, for their refusal to commit to a peace agreement. But nevertheless, the president and his national security team are steadfast in seeing this war come to an end, to end the killing and deliver on the president's promise. Special Envoy Witkoff, that Marco Rubio, have been working on a plan quietly for about the last month. They've been engaging with both sides, Russia and Ukraine, equally to understand what these countries would commit to in order to see a lasting and durable peace.
The purported document also calls for significant concessions of occupied land. Even though the US and Ukraine's other allies had claimed they would ensure Ukraine's sovereignty, in fact, it is the very first line of the purported 28-point deal. But don't fully discount the Trump-Putin bonhomie.
Преступная группировка, организованное преступное сообщество, которое с марта прошлого года узурпировало власть и под предлогом необходимости продолжения войны с Россией удерживают эту власть на Украине с целью личного обогащения.
So, is it all a joke? Forget Crimea. Territories occupied by Russian forces since the start of the invasion will likely be recognized as Russian, even as other parts have been creatively labeled demilitarized zones in the purported document. So, what exactly did the Americans actually achieve? Well, if the document is to be believed, points 12, 13, and 14 give a clear hint of the agenda. The deal calls for utilization of frozen Russian assets amounting to almost $100 billion and asks for Europe to add another $100 billion. But point 14 has a very interesting rider. The purported leaked document says, frozen assets will be used in the following way. $100 billion of frozen Russian assets will be invested in US-led reconstruction and investment efforts in Ukraine. The United States will receive 50% of the profits from this undertaking. So, what is this peace deal about? What is war really good for? A key word is trending right now: capitulation. The documents leaked by the Ukrainian MP has sparked fears that Donald Trump is leaning heavier towards Russia and that puts Europe in a tough position. The $100 billion cost to be borne by Russia and Europe will likely leave a bad taste for both parties, especially since it will be America who will be taking up significant shares of profits from the investment and rebuilding of Ukraine, which begs the question, are the Americans being paid a brokerage fees or consultancy charges?